It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Saints and the Vikings on EA Sports.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. And they'll begin by running the option. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. This defense for the Saints, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Their own 26-yard line.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A throw over the middle, taken in, and they're able to get this one across the 35.
Let's go!
The numbers for Thomas from last week's effort. 7 catches, 72 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll drop to throw. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Joseph Osai in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look, and pressure coming, and they got him once again. Devin Bush in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen.
Touchdown, Vikings! His 12th rushing touchdown, his 16th overall. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the...
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Devin Bush able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. On third down, he'll drop to throw. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. Touchdown! Michael Thomas with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Lutz with the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big time, John? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Touchdown, Vikings! Kene Nwangwu with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 13-7. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now. Back to throw here. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daron Payne able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here comes the Saints punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
163 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Now a give running right, Nwangu. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Joseph Ossai, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, here's Kamara, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. First play's a run with Nwangu. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Well, they go play action here. Mon.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings! A great effort there. With touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? I mean, he's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Devin Bush able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So there you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Devin Bush, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll set up a throw. Under pressure, they got him again.
Devin Bush, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Open man is the tight end, Troutman.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Off the play fake, Mon. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Looking deep downfield.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. Mon now off of play action.
He's going to try and go deep again. And got his man. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Let's go. Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On the ground, Kamara. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's a 2nd and 7. His throw incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daron Payne, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And Lutz's kick is good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back with their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Mon.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Mon looks to throw on 1st down.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Another run now for Nwangu. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Now Mond. Being chased out left. And I think the ball's out. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Handoff here to Nwangu. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. From Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Let's go. Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be a second down. Back to throw again. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Joseph Osai. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. They're going to look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Michael Ojemudia.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Donovan Wilson that time there on the tackle. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Bond going to throw it. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He's going to let it go again. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big play there for Minnesota. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Mond looks to throw. Flushed out right. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount